I'm just gonna hit record and just talk, otherwise I'm never gonna get this. I literally stacked my phone on top of like 10 books. Just got back, it's Tuesday, it's day, what is it day? I know it's week 2, so it's day 6, 7, 8 of classes. I am exhausted, but I know that if I don't make a video now, I just will never. I look a state, but you can't really wear like foundation or any kind of like too much makeup to classes because you're going to sweat so much, so excuse all the spots. That's what I'm going to start by saying. I just wanted to make a quick video just talking about NYT and how it's been and what we've been up to, and not a detailed one, just the kinds of things we've been doing and what I've been learning over the last 9 days, because it's been 7, 8, 9 days. I don't actually know where to look. Do I look there or there or there? I'm gonna like dodge between the two. So yeah, it's Tuesday the 8th of August. We've just had our physical theatre class today with Kane and Tom, who came in to do a kind of specific physical theatre workshop, which I was kind of scared for because I'm not the best with movement, but actually loved it and had a great time. And we did, as always, like not dozens, but a lot of different exercises, ranging from, oh god, trust exercises where you have to walk across the room with your eyes closed and pick up the bottle. Try to pick up the bottle. And then we did that, and then we changed it to running across the room and having 3 people at the other end that had to kind of catch you and receive you. So that was a trust one. There was a lot to do with kind of making eye contact with people and then doing a gesture and then having the other person kind of receive that gesture and do a gesture back. We did a lot with working with breathing and working as an ensemble, breathing together, and the importance of using your breath, which is something that we just don't think about. You don't think about breathing, so a lot of us forget to breathe. So that was an interesting one. The thing I've noticed the last 2 days, because this week we've got different people coming each day. Yesterday we had clowning. We had Andre Pink come in and do clowning. The thing I've noticed the last 2 days is vulnerability and being exposed, and how we're all nervous. You know, no one is 100% confident. You know, we are nervous in kind of varying degrees. Some people are more nervous than others. But when it comes to being given a task that you've never done before, and often that task is exposing and it's scary, and that's really, really hard, but you do it. You just do it. And it's never as bad as you think it's going to be. And whether you're crap or not, no one really cares. But you always learn something about others and about yourself. There was a task yesterday when we were doing clowning, where we had to, one by one, run over the box, jump and shout yippee, and we had to do it with the biggest, most open, kind of most energy as we could muster. And he was like, "This is the biggest yippee you're ever going to give in your life." And I remember thinking, I don't know how to do that. And just kind of analysing it and getting into my head, like, should I do a high pitched or should I do a low pitched, or like, am I gonna, what's gonna happen? And I did it. I was so near to the ground that I did it again and nearly fell over. But I remember the feeling of like just letting go in the moment, just letting go of everything, just let go, and that feeling of release. So these little exercises where, and I think it's as if there's a sort of wall, I feel like, inside me, and it's just gradually being chipped away, like gradually being broken down. In a good way. The one where we had to run across the room with our eyes closed, I really struggled with, because at the beginning I'm really confident, and at the end it's like, I couldn't help but open my eyes. I was like, I don't want to run into anyone, even though they were at the end and they were going to catch me. So trust is a big one. Connection is such a big one. We do a lot in the movement exercises with staying connected to each other. Like, you're moving around the space, and then you have to, one person stops and everyone has to stop, and then we have to get connected to each other. And it's amazing how our bodies just flow, and there's this fluidity among the group. There's 27 of us, and we come in each day and we're becoming more and more familiar with each other. And there is a feeling of like a family that's being built slowly. It's not like, oh, day 1, day 2, everyone knows each other. There is a feeling of support and encouragement and making sure everyone's okay and taking care of each other. And it's pretty freaking great. It's pretty freaking great. I'm just sort of darting from thing to thing. Tomorrow we are doing sorry, I just kind of launched into this video, I didn't really prepare for it. Tomorrow we're doing acting for TV, so apparently it's going to be a very technical workshop. I have no idea what to expect. I've never done anything sort of TV related, so that'll be interesting. Last week we were working with scripts. We have been given a script written by Rob Hayes, and he's redrafting it this week. He's coming up with 27 characters, which is amazing, and we've got quite a lot of them already, I think. They're all great, they're all complex characters, and it's fantastic. And we did a lot of we do improv sort of most days, because the bulk of what we do is improv, you're making up. But a specific device one was when we were improv was when we were hot seated in character, 2 at a time, interacting with each other and taking questions from the audience in character. And I think that was one that some people struggled with. I think I certainly did. I had a character that was very similar to the character I was talking to. Thankfully, I think that sort of made it a little bit funny, but some people's were hilarious. And when you're doing an exercise and you do find a lot of people really, really funny, there is that pressure to be funny, and it's like, oh god, if I'm not funny, that's one thing we get told is not to play for laughs. It's just be yourself, not to try, it's in clowning it's different because you are trying to interact with the audience too, but in sort of normal acting you're not playing for laughs, and you can tell when something's not genuine. So I'm just kind of like wolfing out some of the things that I've learned, but it's been an amazing week. I've just been here just over a week now. I am exhausted. I do have that feeling of like a little bit of tension still that always kind of fades away in the mornings after we've done our workout. With Karina we do a warm-up, and that really, really helps me. Bashing my table. It really helps me with nerves. But yeah, every day you don't know what you're gonna get, and thankfully we do a lot of exercises that are like just simple, just games, just keeping a ball in the air, or trying to get the ball in a team, trying to get the ball in the bin, and keeping up and then getting in the bin. A lot of movement. I mean, I knew there'd be a lot of movement, but there really is. And doing things where you're working in a grid, so everyone's walking in lines, different directions, and changing direction, and changing tempo, and changing levels, and being stationary, and the whole kind of week being here is opening my mind to all these new ideas and new ways of thinking and new ways of using my body and new ways of reacting to people's face expressions or gestures, and the one thing I really feel like I'm learning is thinking on the spot in terms of speech, and thinking on the spot in terms of movement. There was one thing yesterday that I really kind of struggled with, where I was very, very in my head, was where you were in partners and one person had to do something, I don't know, a gesture or just a shape, and then you have to react with a shape, and then vice versa, and you just keep going. And I remember he asked us to sort of do ours in front of everyone, and I felt like it was really crap, but then when I asked the others later, they were like, no, it was great. I was like, oh. So often I'm finding that I'm really, really in my head, and I don't need to be, and it's actually more helpful just to completely let go and just see what happens. And there's a lot, what I love about it is the celebrating of making mistakes. And there was an exercise on the first day where we had to do an exercise in partners in pairs, and every time we made a mistake, I had to shout failure really loudly, failure. And there is a real kind of sense of it's okay to fuck up, because if you fuck up, it means you're playing hard, it means you're giving it everything. So that makes it really feel like a safe environment. And God, we've done so much to do with working as an ensemble, some complicity, working together, being connected, and working we've done a lot of exercises where we're in a circle and we're running around, and as a group we have to stop, and there's no leader, it's just as a group we have to come to a stop. And then there are times when we're allowed to have one person lead the group, but it's just things like being in tune to everybody else around you and having that soft focus, as we've been taught, sort of keeping your eyes focused forward, but being so aware of what's going on around you. And I definitely feel like I'm improving on that, and just opening up in general. One thing I do like is on the first day we did a life map where we had to kind of write about our lives on a big sheet of paper, and then every day we choose another life map and somebody will talk about themselves and their lives for 7 minutes and kind of reading off their life map. And that's really nice actually, because we don't really get the chance every day to kind of get to know one person in that kind of depth as you would if you were talking for 7 minutes. So that's something I really enjoy when people do their life maps. At the end of every day we do a checkout where we say a word that we would use to describe our feeling now at the end of the day and what we're going to bring tomorrow, which is really nice as well, just to see what people come up with. I was so scared on the first day, as if I was in kind of a cage with a whole bunch of lions. I was so scared, and I'm feeling more and more relaxed as the days go by, that I can trust these people and I can be myself and I can give it my all, and it's really nice actually. In the warm-ups, Karina, the course assistant, does she sometimes does a kind of relaxation when we do breathing at the end of the warm-up, and she says, what are you going to inhale that's going to help you be your best self today, whether that's courage or self-love, whatever that is. And I always think courage, I need courage, because I get so shy. I get really, when we have to contribute at the end, talking about what we learned, or what we liked, didn't like, what we found helpful in that exercise, what we took from that exercise, I'm thinking in my head, but I'm just I kind of don't want to contribute. So that's one thing that I want to push myself to do, is put my hand up more, not for the sake of it, but just because my ideas are worthy and my thoughts are worth contributing. But it is, I could list out all the different things I've been doing, so many exercises, and they're all kind of, there's always another layer to the exercise. It's not just what you see on the surface. You are learning things, and you are, you're learning more than you might be consciously aware of, which I'm aware of. If that makes sense. But yeah, and for me, it's the connections, the friendships, the people, the getting to know, the kind of the different sides to everyone, and yeah, I've had some hilarious moment, people, the combinations of personalities, and especially with the devised pieces, when you can really get the chance to be funny and see what people come up with, it's been great. And I knew I'd enjoy it. I didn't know I'd enjoy it this much, and I knew it would be tiring. I didn't know it would be this tiring. But everyone, we are very much in it together. This is going to be really cheesy now. We're very much in it together, supporting each other, working together, wanting to get the best out of it. Everyone is so determined, and you can just feel it. Everyone's so focused. Everyone wants to get as much out of this whole experience as possible, and it's amazing to be a part of. I'm so aware of my funny looking hair today, but yeah, I'm just very inspired right now and excited, and it was our 8th day today of working, and I can't wait to see what the next 2.5 weeks bring, because yeah, someone where it's 13.5 minutes, and I don't want it to be 20 minutes. But oh, it's Izzy. Yeah. I'm making a video.
Hello. I walked into a film set. Oh, what are you filming?
Little video about NYG.
Are you talking about the lovely movement class we've had today, Angie? Yes, you are.
And the last week, just the whole week, doing a summary.
Am I in your summary?
You are now.
This is what unplanned.
Unplanned looks
We're
like.
improvising.
How would you describe your experience in 3 words? Go.
Mad, inspiring, and community.
Aww.
Right, I'm gonna go. Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Izzy, next door. Right, I'm gonna go because 40 minutes. It's gonna take me 10 hours to upload to YouTube, knowing this connection. God, look at that skin. I will give you a little. I'm not gonna give you the full tour, but I'll give you this. This is outside my window. Woo! And these are my Buddhas. I don't know if you can see them there. There you go. Yeah, so words to describe today. My words were I feel open, trusting and loved because of the final exercise we had to devise a piece, and I was the one that was being sacrificed, and I had to be lifted into the air and kind of pushed to the ground and lifted up again and hoisted on somebody's back, and that was a lot of kind of trusting other people not to drop me, and to kind of and we worked together and we did it and it worked well and I didn't get injured, and at the end Sam, one of the guys, came up to me, he was like, that was good. I was like, thank you. Even just the simplest compliment can like make my day, just being encouraged like that. So yeah, I know I've missed out like 100 different things, but I probably will make another video later in the week. Yeah, a lot of things to do with being blindfolded, a lot of ball games, a lot of name games, a lot of eye contact things, a lot. Right, I'm going to go and have a shower and have my dinner. I will see you soon. NYT.